Hello, my name is Esmond Gomez, and this is my report on costs and benefits of going solar as a power source for Boondoggle Enterprises in Palm Springs, California. It wasn't long ago that the cost of an array of solar panels on your roof was cost prohibitive. Basically, only the financially well-off could afford a project like this. Fortunately, for jobs and for this type of energy, the government has stepped in and offered tax breaks and incentives in order to get the ball rolling on solar power projects. Also, competition in the solar power industry and the recent drop in price of solar panels has served to snowball solar projects in the home, government and private businesses. Solar installations also add equity to your property. And in California, any equity added by a solar installation cannot be taxed, subject to a property tax exclusion. With the solar industry maturing and growing, there are now many financial instruments to work with. You can lease this, you can use zero down, and basically anything in between. The industry and government has worked hard to make it easier to go solar. One of the many benefits of this industry is that many jobs have been created here in the good old USA. The construction of a solar panel is pretty simple, straightforward. They're built to last. Solar installation usually involves, of course, an array of solar panels, usually mounted to your roof, south facing. They're wired together and connected to an inverter. That's what turns your direct current to alternating current. Then it goes to your meter box, and then from there out to the grid. There's an option to have a battery backup that collects your solar power in cases of being off grid, power blackouts. Kind of like a hospital that loses power, backup generators. Those are diesel generators kick in, and the hospital continues. This option as a battery backup is going to be extra, but it's not usually recommended. There are no moving parts, and the system is basically maintenance free, which is good. The panels usually stay relatively clean as long as they are exposed to the rain, or you rinse them off with the garden hose every 2-3 months, or wash them off. Warranties and guarantees on solar panels are 20-25 years, but that's on the power output staying at 80% or above. That's the guarantee that they're going to stay at 80% or above on the output, whatever was guaranteed at that time. And warranties for installation materials are 1 to 2 years. Usually don't have a problem after those are installed. Top brands for inverters have warranties for 10 to 20 years long. And let's not forget about why people and organizations like to go solar. Yeah, they get free power from the sun. That's great. But they want to feel good about protecting the environment. They want to do their part. Their carbon emissions into the air have been proven to cause global warming. That's settled science. There's no arguing that. You can if you want to. There are still many oil and coal burning plants, but slowly and surely their carbon footprint is shrinking. Many people also like the idea of America being less dependent on foreign oil and energy sources. No more buying oil from our enemies, people that hate us. Our utilities also are investing millions, if not billions, into solar, wind, and other renewable sources of energy, which is real good. For a small business like Boondoggle, a solar project is needed to provide enough power to sufficiently offset its electrical bill, but not cost so much that the return on investment is not recouped within a sensible amount of time. Boondoggle's in a good place. Southern California desert. We got a lot of sun out here. Usually more than 350 days a year of sun. Prices vary on the buildings and system configurations. But for Boondoggle Enterprise, we're looking at about $40,000 to have an array of solar panels installed on its south-facing roof. This price is before tax breaks and incentives, so it's actually a lot less than that. And Current projects have shown that the return on investment is going to be less than 6 years, usually here in the desert. That's short compared to other parts of the country where you're looking at about more than 10 years sometimes. Let's see. The price of drawing the electricity from the grid is not going to go down. So, you know what I'm saying? Solar power is free after you set up your system and paid for, when the system's paid for. But there's going to be times where you're going to have low use of electricity, and actually you'll be pumping power into the grid, and that's going to be a credit for the business, which is good. You're making money off the sun. About the only disadvantage of going solar is that it's pricey up front. That seems to fade quickly after the tax savings and incentives kick in. Locking in your energy bills down on the low side is very helpful also. And environmentalists feel good about that. And basically, this is my report on solar panel installation for Boondoggle Enterprises, and thank you for your time. If you have any questions, I can take them now. Any questions? Anybody out there? No? Hey, have a good day. All right.